your very soul, your heart, your mind, your spirit, your conscience, your integrity, your honor, your reputation, everything. So be who you have to be. I totally understand this lady's apprehension, from, especially me acting all crazy about her. But it's true. I mean, I got to admit, I see it too. I'm acting crazy about her. But I had a little more written down here. It is kind of intimidating, the idea of hooking up with her and even getting a first date. Because it's kind of like somebody offering you to jump on a motorcycle that's super powerful. It can go 200 miles an hour, right? And some people say, "What are you crazy? You can jump on that? You can't handle that." So why? Maybe you're right. I mean, but maybe I can control the throttle, and I don't have to go 200 miles an hour and kill myself on the thing. But you know what? I'm the type that's going to jump on that bike and give it a spin and see if I can handle it. If I can't, then I park it and say, this is for a man braver and bigger than me. In the meantime, I think I'm the cat's meow. I think I'm a great prize. Otherwise, I wouldn't put myself out there for her. I think I could make her very happy and satisfy her and give her all those things that women want in a man. And if you want a guy that's totally taken and smitten and will appreciate you, love, honor, cherish, and respect you more than anybody else, I'm your man, sweetheart. You're not going to find a better man. So, yeah, give me a try. Take me on. At least give me a spin, baby. It might be like jumping on a motorcycle, a really fast one, but you can control me. I'll let you control me. Now, you, on the other hand, we're not going anywhere unless you agree to give me your hand. So, I'm not, look, I'm not trying to get you in the sack. Let's put it that way, okay? Because you're going to have to commit yourself to me. I've been there a long time. I don't roll that way. I don't go to what do they call these places? The brothels. I don't, when I got a few bucks, I don't drive to Carson City, Nevada and try to hook up with the prettiest, youngest hooker there. I'm not at the bars trying to get laid. None of those things. No, it takes a commitment. Okay, you don't get the cow, you don't get the milk for free. You buy the cow, sweetheart. That's what I want. That's the man I am, and that's a man I like and respect. All right, I said I was over talking about her, but obviously I wasn't, and I ask you to bear with me. We got the mainstream media that's in love with the polls, even in light of the fact that they were miserably wrong, horrendously wrong with the Hillary Clinton thing. Totally inaccurate, but still they cling to this because they know it's a great form of propaganda manipulating the public. Oh, you want the popular? Well, this is who you vote for. Like this person because we tell you it's popular. We can rig these polls. We could pay the pollsters and get any results we want. Remember, these are Democrats and Republicans working together for the mainstream media, conservatives and liberals, and socialists and capitalists, and they're manipulating us. So I was watching the Hal Lindsey report from June 14th, 29th. If you want to look that up, at 11 minutes, Hal makes a point around 11 minutes in the video. He said, then this place is going to be under new management. He's talking about the return of Christ, metaphor or otherwise, literal. And I love that. That's what I love. That words of encouragement and comfort. That's what I firmly believe too. The good guys are going to win this. So be invested in the side of the good guys. That's God. Get your opinion from Him. Ask, seek, knock, and ye shall receive. Good measure, running over. He's going to pour it into your lap. So you want wisdom, you want the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. You want the right opinions, the right belief systems to behold. You want a pure heart. Ask, and you shall receive. I already talked about Bitcoin and Max and Stacy in San Francisco at this Bitcoin convention. But like I said, it's just not my thing. But hey, I get it, and it's a limited amount, and that's why it's sort of like gold, and that's why they're manipulating prices, but it's still dead money. As long as it's sitting there, it's not in circulation. It's not helping. Unless it's enriching. Is it helping to decrease the wealth imbalance? Okay, until I see evidence of that, then no, nothing's doing that. Nothing. Gold, silver, oil, stocks, bonds, Bitcoin, nothing. CDs, nothing is changing that. 401ks, no, I don't see that changing. All right, well, I didn't write a lot down to talk about this week, so I guess I'm going to get on to some thoughts from the previous week or two. Try to breeze through as many of these as I can. I may be nuts, but I'm not crazy. If we have a manipulated perception of reality, we are living an unreality, an invalid, erroneous, false reality. Any worthy, valid, viable reality comes from above. The way we should view things, the opinions we have about things, our values must be in line with our owner, our parents, the Almighty God. And just know that God's will for you is every bit as good as the best parents' will for you, and then infinitely more. So it's very comforting to know that we serve a very loving, good, all-powerful God. And the reason he lets the evil get so far is because of this whole free will choice. People have to love, honor, and respect, serve him of their own free will and accord. He doesn't want us to serve him any other way. And people have free will choice. Okay, that's the way it's got to be. But there will become a time that these people, these evildoers, won't be able to bully. Okay, because that's what they're doing now. They've been bullying the righteous for thousands of years, and they've been using money as a method of doing that. Very effective method. We must learn to forgive ourselves in order to forgive others. And you could actually go vice versa on that. It kind of goes hand in hand with forgiving others as a means of forgiving ourselves. So with the measure we judge others, we too shall be judged. So this is why it's so important. If you want slack, if you need slack, give slack. Okay, don't condemn and you won't be condemned. Victor Hugo stated, adversity makes men, but prosperity makes monsters. To understand what he is saying, we need to understand the context of this statement, the nature of a paradox, and free will adversity as opposed to imposed adversity. Number one, the context, a class-based social, political, and economic establishment. Number two, a seemingly contradictory, senseless, contrarian paradigm. Since prosperity and freedom go hand in hand, so how can adversity in terms of a lack of prosperity be good? Number three, deliberate exploitation of any segment of the population through financial means is an example of imposed adversity and is something I disdain. Right. You get how that works? In the context of this paradigm being deliberately askew, the wealth imbalance, you understand? Then that's what he's talking about, that you're better off to struggle than to be one of those people that think they got it going on when they're just self-deceived. They're delusional to think that their riches make them any better or more equal than somebody else. Thank God no man can label me an oppressor. And thank God you couldn't pay me enough to oppress any man. We know what other people think because we are people. I already read this poem, When God Called Me Into the Station. I added a couple lines. I made it better. But, it's such a long poem, I'm not going to reread this. I love looking up words I already know. Let me start again. I love looking up words I already know the meaning of because I believe it hones and expands my communication skills. There are nuances, subtleties, and synonyms which can trail off into manifold directions which further increase our ability to verbalize, communicate, and know what the hell we're talking about. To effectively communicate and transmit our thoughts to others, it is critical to establish a meeting of the minds to the precise meaning of any word contain, containing the least amount of ambiguity. For one of countless examples is religion. Whether one comes out and calls another religious or just thinks it to themselves, has basically the same effect on our overall social psyche. Religious to you may quite possibly hold a negative connotation or overtone. This occurs because there has been and still is flagrant manipulation of language, of words, in order to keep the public stupid, unawares, dumbed down, ignorant, confused, disempowered, and living in a 21st century Babylon. That's how the evildoers operate, my friends. They try to manipulate our language, words, to screw up our communication skills so that we don't ever unify against them. We the people who are comprised and composed of Democrats, Republicans, conservatives and liberals, socialists and capitalist thinkers, if we ever united against the true evildoers who are telling us our division is anything but that, okay, class, and it has everything to do with money and establishmentarianism, the status quo, they're a bunch of liars. And they just don't want to be thrown down. They want their positions of power. They want to leave it to their sick, perverted children to have. That's all I can say. They don't care about you and your kids. They care about them and their kids. They're evil. God knows what the hell he's doing. Consider how he created our race, the human one. We fundamentally can understand why we all share biological familiarity as a single species. The same similar red human blood flows through all our veins. We have an inescapable ancestral bond. Then simultaneously, we are all distinctively individual. Right, even science, DNA can prove that. Scientists didn't invent DNA, they stumbled upon God's design for individuality. Right, that's so beautiful that, it can be proven scientifically now that we are all individuals, like snowflakes. I mean, that's incredible. That's so cool. There is no two alike. That's one more reason why I want this lady's hand. She is so sweet. She is so wonderful. I love her so much. I want her so much. She's so perfect. God, I could be so happy. If I was so, I could make her so happy. She makes me that happy, man, I'm going to make her so happy. Only pure, true love is more powerful than the procreative love drugs God placed in us. Our individual desire for pure, true love supersedes our very powerful drive to mate, to procreate, for sexual relations. And that's saying a lot for pure, true love. That's right. Okay, I got a poem here. How do I adore her? Let me count the ways. Maybe it's her soulful gaze, revealing the depth of her being. Her light-hearted laughter that brightens my countenance. Her sweet, joyful, childlike aura of purity and innocence makes me smile. Her sheer cuteness is second to none. Her feminine, demure qualities are utterly irresistible, magnetically pulling me toward her. Her lovely, loving spirit is blissful to behold. Her sheer, exquisite beauty is second to no woman. Her strong, smart, hard-headed, down-to-earth nature obviously comes naturally to her. How about her